Hello everyone! Welcome to the promised Terushou special following the We Are Done and TikTok Trends challenges. Some of you actually guessed what this is going to be about, but hey, still, I'm super happy about this because, as you know, Dasha is my favorite, so let's go! As always, special thanks to my lovely patrons and all of you who subscribe and watch these videos. You are keeping this channel alive and going, thank you very much, and I hope you will enjoy. It had been 2 days since Yuji promised to tell him what was going on. 2 days in which he tried not to worry too much, tried not to let his mind wander into places it shouldn't. He felt horrible for doubting Terushima like this. After everything they've been through, he should have more faith in his boyfriend, especially when said boyfriend already expressed his desire to be with him no matter what. And yet, Dasha was scared. He was terrified of facing the world on his own again. Now that he had Yuji, everything seemed much easier and less scary, even staying home alone. Just the thought of losing it, losing the comfort and safety Terushima brought into his life, he couldn't imagine it. He didn't want to imagine it. And yet, it could easily become his reality soon. Terushima had to pick up on his growing unrest, at least judging by the fact he hadn't looked at his phone once when Dasha was around. But that served only a little to calm Dasha down. He found himself fidgeting a lot more than in the past few months. He barely slept despite having his safe haven right next to him, and just anxiously waited for the right day, as Terushima called it. But the longer the wait was, the more he wanted to cry. Sugu, are you free for the next 2 hours, let's say? He blinked himself out of the strange stupor and looked up, finding Terushima leaning over the back of the couch, his eyes almost sparkling. It should have been calming, yet it just made Dasha more uneasy. Yeah, I think so. Awesome. Wanna go out? I found a perfect spot for a walk. Now he wants to go on a walk? But... He stopped mid-thought when Terushima kissed his forehead, caressing his cheek in the process. I know what you are thinking about, but I really want to take you out today. I swear I'll explain everything when the time comes. But... If I promise you that I'll explain today, will you agree? Today. As much as Dasha wanted to know what all that was about, suddenly the prospect of finding out something he didn't want made his blood run cold. But then again, Terushima wouldn't look so cheerful if he wanted to admit something bad he had done, right? He wasn't like that. Okay. Should I wear something specific? Just something you are comfortable in. We aren't going hiking or into some fancy place, so no need to overthink it. Oh. I mean, I can take you out for dinner too. He chuckled awkwardly, rubbing the back of his neck. Depends on what you'll say, I suppose. Before Dasha could ask what he meant by it, Terushima flashed him a bright smile and urged him to move with his hand. Come on, go get ready. I'll wait for you. Confused and more than just a little scared, Dasha nodded and stood up abruptly, rushing to the bedroom to find himself more suitable clothes. He moved more on instinct than anything, choosing comfortable but still somewhat socially acceptable pants and t-shirt, adding a jacket for good measure before he headed back to join Terushima, his heart pounding like crazy. Shall we? The weather was beautiful that day, warming Dashio's skin with soft sunlight as they slowly walked along a gravel path leading them through the park. It almost made him forget the events of the last week. The excitement Terushima emitted the whole way almost infectious. Yet there was a hidden layer of nervous energy under his smile that kept Dashio on his toes, his heartbeat speeding up every time Terushima squeezed his hand. He didn't protest when Terushima offered his hand to hold, as always when they were outside. Despite Terushima being the main source of his anxiety right now, the touch of strong yet gentle fingers had always been comforting, no matter the situation. It's pretty here, isn't it? Yes, it is. I didn't even know we have a place like this so close to home. Right? I couldn't believe it either. I'm glad that the guy mentioned it to me. It's absolutely perfect for this. For what? He flashed Dashio a bright smile. A nice walk, of course. And for the surprise. Dashio blinked a few times, confused. He thought they were here to relax his mind before the news, perhaps to blow off some steam by walking around. A thought he quickly dismissed, but which still stayed in his mind, whispered to him that this was Terushima's way of saying goodbye, before he would inevitably tell him he couldn't deal with him anymore. Or perhaps that he had already found someone else. He shook his head in a desperate attempt to chase it away. Even if Terushima ended their relationship, he wasn't a cheater. That was a low he would never stoop to. Dashio knew that well. He flinched when the warm hands cupped his cheeks, realizing they stopped and he was clenching his fists. Please don't be scared, love. He wished it was this easy. Yet he soon found himself relaxing a bit under the careful touch, the soft smile on Terushima's face telling him there was nothing to worry about. And it worked, for a while at least. Come on, it's just a bit further this way. It? You'll see. He followed Terushima's lead until they came to halt next to a small, crystal-clear lake hidden in the shadow of two giant willows. With a bated breath, he watched a few small fish playing in the water under the lily pads, leaving soft ripples in the otherwise steady surface. It's beautiful, isn't it? Terushima sounded proud of himself, and Dashio couldn't blame him. It is. Thank you for taking me here. A light kiss landed on his cheek. No need to thank me, darling. It can be our special place from now on if you want. Our special place? You want us to have a special place? Well, yeah, of course I do. I mean, our home is a special place too, but this could be more special, if that makes sense. Something about the way he said that made Dashio pause. His mind raced to try to think of a reason for the sudden return of the previous awkwardness. All that in between freaking out a bit over the fact that Terushima seemed to still want him by his side, since he wanted to create a special place for them. However, before he could think of something, the brief hesitation was gone, and Terushima motioned towards the water. Look, some of the lotuses are blooming already. That means good luck. Does it? Yeah. My grandma always said that lotuses are symbols of love and peace. That's good luck, no? Dashio had to smile. I suppose it is. He glanced over the calm water surface to the batch of white and pink lotuses, to his surprise spotting even one blue bloom, which, if he wasn't mistaken, was a rare find. Maybe there was something even more incredible about this place than he initially thought. Suguru. Surprised by his full name, he turned after Terushima's voice, and then froze. Terushima smiled at him from where he knelt on one knee, a small box resting on his palm. Surprise. Dasha's breath stuttered as Terushima took hold of his hand, his mind short-circuiting. He had to be dreaming, right? It was just a cruel joke of his mind to show him what he wanted so much before taking it away from him after he woke up from whatever nap he fell into. A gentle squeeze to his hand returned him to the present. You aren't dreaming, love, if you are worried about that. It's real. He bit his lip, carefully opening the box. And this too. Dasha's heart skipped a beat when the simple, yet still beautiful silver ring appeared in front of his eyes, the single, pinkish gem shimmering in the sunrays. Would you do me the honor and become my husband-to-be? Do you mean it? That... Yeah. I want to marry you one day and spend the rest of my life with you. I promise I'll be by your side through everything fate throws in your way, good or bad, and I'll protect you anytime your own strength wouldn't be enough. I love you, the whole you, and I don't ever want to be a single day without you by my side. The invisible rope tightened around Dasha's throat. His vision blurred faster than he could do anything to prevent it, a choked sob escaping his mouth as guilt crashed into him like a truck. This was, no doubt, the secret Terushima has been keeping for the last week. An engagement ring. A proposal. A gesture to get their relationship to the next level. And yet, here he was, doubting Terushima and his love for him. His knees buckled under him, sending him into the soft soil, a flow of whispered sorries falling from his lips. Even when he got pulled into Terushima's arms, his safe space, he couldn't stop apologizing. He didn't deserve Yuji's kindness. He didn't deserve the ring. Not after a single thing made him doubt so much, so unfairly. Sugu, please don't cry. I'm sorry if it's too fast for you. You can say no. I won't take it personally, I swear. Just please don't cry. It breaks my heart. It's not. But I doubted you. For no reason. I don't deserve this. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. A second later, he got his face lifted as Terushima cupped his cheeks, gently wiping away the tears with his thumbs. Is that all? Sugu, I told you I understand. I know I behaved weird. I don't blame you for being worried. You have nothing to apologize for. Once again, Dasha's vision hazed, but this time with relief. He leaned into the touch, much to Terushima's happiness, finally able to relax completely. Should I ask again? Yes, please. The ring appeared in front of his eyes. Will you marry me? Dasha nodded, unable to find his voice for a while. I will. Grinning from ear to ear, Terushima squeezed him in a hug, the soft giggle bubbling in his throat lifting all shadows from Dasha's mind. Mesmerized, Dasha let the sun shine on the gem now settled on his finger, the sight chasing tears back into his eyes. They really were making this a special place for them. Do you like it? It's beautiful. I'm glad. I know it's not the biggest or most fancy ring ever, but I really wanted you to have it. That doesn't matter. It's the symbolism that's important, right? Terushima flashed him one of his blinding smiles before leaving a kiss on his forehead. Damn right. He brought the ring to his lips. It's Morganite. The jeweler said it means divine love, and it's supposed to help overcome fear, soothe stress, and bring unconditional love. I thought that was perfect for you. All Dashio managed for a while was to take a shattered breath. If this was to continue, he was about to melt. Thank you. You thank me every day by letting me share my life with you. Dashio sniffed, feeling like a complete mush as he sagged back into Terushima's embrace. But he would never change, or even get up if he didn't have to. For now though, he could relish the warmth and love Terushima never stopped giving him, without a smidge of care for the surrounding world. This was their special moment, in their special place, turning their relationship into something even more amazing than so far. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. I'm so glad these two finally got to get engaged. I know there are ships that you would probably expect to get engaged first, but hey, Terushima is a man of his word, and when he says he wants to marry Dashio, he means it, so yay. Anyway, I realized I have trouble saying Terushou these days because my brain is completely absorbed by Tanashou. So I'm thinking if I should do a Tanashou at least one shot, just like out of every possible storyline, just to keep my brain occupied, I guess. Let me know if you would like that. If you have any requests or ideas, the request form is linked in the video description. See you next time.